Hi singers, welcome back to the next installment of Vocal Diagnostics. Thank you for joining me today. I want to follow up on a previous video that we did about jaw tension. If you haven't seen that, then go refer back to it, please. It talks about the different ways that we can open our jaw and which of those bring tension and what the ideal way to open the jaw is to get as little tension as possible. I want to follow up with that in talking about how the jaw functions in different parts of the range. So first of all, I want to introduce a principle to you that has served me really well, which is that the height of the note is not directly proportional to the degree to which the jaw is open. In other words, you don't always have to open as far as humanly possible when you go to the top part of the range. What do I mean by that? Okay, let's investigate. So, if I'm singing my jaw is going to open slightly and close slightly as I go up and down. That's normal. Fluctuations in the jaw should happen. If it's stationary, listen to what happens. I get there, but I might not. So it's a little bit stiff. Now, you may want that for different applications and different styles of music, but ideally, you should be able to move that jaw and let it be flexible as you go up and down. For example, if I'm up here on A natural, go up there and hang out on the B and then back down, that jaw should feel really mobile. I shouldn't have to fling it open as far as I can to attack those notes on top. After you reach a certain point, for many singers, it's an A flat or an A natural, the jaw no longer helps by opening down and back. It actually just needs to relax. And that may mean that it feels like it's closing. It may close a little bit. That's okay. That will depend on a number of things. The vowel that you're using, the dynamic, sometimes the speed of the vocal line that you're singing. Bottom line is, you don't have to feel like the higher you go, the more you have to be open and keep it open. That's not always true. If you're on a big climax at the end of an aria and you're parking on a high C or a high B and you want it straight open, okay, but that's going to spend a little bit of vocal capital. It may be totally worth it in the moment and you may be at a forte, so fine. Just know though that you don't always have to do that in the top. Okay, so keep that in mind as you go up and down. In general, when I go up on a quiet dynamic, that jaw is going to have to be pretty closed, but released. When I start to crescendo, I'm changing the dynamic, right? I'm changing the variables at play. So I'm going to have to open a little bit for that, to make room, so to say, for more sound, if you want to think of it that way. That's overly simplified, but that's the idea. So decrescendos, typically, I'm going to be quieter. Think of Joan Sutherland singing Lucia, if you've ever seen a recording of her doing that. Often, just like this. This like lateral smile, right? That's how she navigates that stuff up there. She uses that internal space. It's open like crazy back there still, but she's keeping this totally relaxed. No need to over-open and complicate things. Remember, those vocal cords are stretching. They're getting longer and thinner. And there's a laryngeal tilt that happens. So in essence, you've got to make as much room as possible back there. If the jaw is in the way, it can't move. The vocal mechanism can't move where it needs to get. It can't move as it needs to. So that's the idea. Now, let's talk about some of the specific vowel applications with the jaw. In the low part of the range, for example, I'm singing ah. If I open my ah to the bottom, it just dissolves. It won't go anywhere. Now, often I'm not gonna often need to sing down to the bottom there, so okay. But if I do, my jaw is going to go farther towards this direction, the closed position, then it will opening on the bottom. That's my ah vowel. My e vowel is going to do the opposite. E. That has a lot to do with the natural shape of the e vowel, how they resonate, their formants, all that kind of stuff. But the bottom line is the jaw has to be flexible. So you can't really assign one position. Closed in the bottom, open in the top. That's not going to be true for any of the singing that you do. Based on the dynamic, based on the vowel, as I said, it's going to change. So, for example, you know as you go down to the bottom, that ah vowel may need to do one thing, the e vowel may need to do another thing. Same thing on the top part of the range, okay? So just keep that in mind. That's just a follow-up to what we talked about before. So again, as you're opening your jaw, making sure that it's opening down and back, the bottom line is it released? Is it relaxed? Now, what are some ways you can analyze that? How do you know if your jaw is relaxed? Can you move it while you sing? So okay, that's working. If I'm not relaxed, I get this. Do you hear the pitch immediately go off the center of the core of the pitch? Intonation is an issue. It's tied too much to jaw tension. So if you can't move your jaw back and forth, for example, on any pitch, probably too tight. Some people prefer a circular motion of the jaw to move it sort of like you're chewing. Distorts the vowel a little bit. That's okay. As long as it feels released, that's great. Some other people prefer kind of a engaged hand gesture to put right on there, a little place marker. Okay, that's where it's supposed to go, down and back. Now, what you'll do here is as you head to the top of the range or the upper middle part of your range, you'll put that hand there to remind the jaw to stay down and back. If you feel your chin pushing against the palm of your hand, you're tensing. Here in the tone, the strained tone, my chin is pushing like crazy against the palm of my hand. Loose, right? Okay, so that's the idea there with jaw space. Okay, give that a try, singers. Tell me if that makes a difference in your efforts to relieve jaw tension. And please, please don't forget to send me a message or put something in the comments about anything you'd like me to tackle. If you're struggling with something specific or you have questions about something, happy to address those issues as well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.